acute, right, obtuse. So start with a straight line angle over here, like this. Now you can mark them all out. If you go a little bit further with your hand, just one of them, move it forward, obtuse angle. Move forward, obtuse, 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 obtuse. Now you can feel it as well when it turns into a right angle. Then you can go smaller, 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 acute. Hi, and today I'm going to show you how to identify acute, obtuse, and right angles, okay? So, let's look at this example. Now, let's work out which one it is, okay? So, if your angle is just straight line over here, something like this, and the square over here, it is a right angle, always. So this is 90 degrees. Now this is more than 90 degrees, this one over here, if there's any angle which is right, but you move this line more to the left. So, I showed you an example of moving it to the left now. Now, this over here is the right angle we need to find over here. Okay, so here's the right angle. Now, we already know that this one is more to the left. You don't have to, you can find it out. So, let's get this one off now. Instead, I'll just draw the whole angle again. And that's the same angle. The angles which are more left, any angle, so this is an example of some of the angles you can make which are obtuse. So now, this angle over here, it is more than 90. You can fit a square there. And the square means 90, okay? So if your angle is more to the left of a right angle, it is obtuse angle. So this is obtuse angle. Okay? Now let's write right angle. Now, this does not involve any plus, minus, multiply, division, exponents, and other stuff, even factorials. That does not get involved in this. So, now, let's look at something different. Right angle here. No, that doesn't look like a right angle. Let's draw another one. That looks more like a right angle now. Okay, so we are going to make an angle smaller than this one. And for the example of how small we can make our angle, we will have so like you check the angles as these lines and a right angle. Okay, so if you're working out the degree, you don't have to. You need to know that one angle, right one, and each is one, but Right is the best one to choose right now. Right angle. And now, you put the square over here, okay? So now, I said earlier, we have right, obtuse, and acute. So, over here is a right angle. This is smaller than the right angle. Like that. Or even the greater than and less than symbol works. Like this is less than, this is greater than. Oh, let's make the multiplication symbol anyway. So, the obtuse angle over here is wide. It's wider. But the acute angle is smaller. Like this. Anyways, perpendicular angle, which is not even an angle. This over here is not an angle. Instead, it's a shape with angles inside it. It's not an angle itself. There's a right angle, tilt it, right angle, tilt again, right angle, and tilt again, right angle. Right angle's in here. I'll show you. Right angle, right angle, right angle, and right angle. Let's see the bottom over here. So right angle. Okay, now this one is less than it, 90 degrees. So an acute angle could be an angle like this. Or like this. Probably it looks like 84 to me. It looks like that. 84-degree angle. And that is the right angle version. And that is. So now we know perpendicular is just right angles. And anyways, there are no acute angles in this one. No acute and no obtuse in perpendicular lines. Now, another one, which is not an angle, is parallel. Now, this is not parallel. This is parallel. And parallel is parallel anyway. There's a parallel. So, parallel lines are not angles. So, let's look at another example now. Sometimes, if angle shapes need to do something, okay? Now, angle shapes, we're gonna do now. Angle shapes. Okay? Angle shapes. Let's write that down. Angle shapes. Now, for obtuse, your angle shape will be this. Now, for the right angle, it will be a square. For acute, it will be this or this. So now, let me show you how they're going to do it. Okay? So first, acute, right, obtuse. So start with a straight line angle over here, like this. Now you can mark them all out. If you go a little bit further with your hand, just one of them, move it forward, obtuse angle. Move forward, obtuse, 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 obtuse. Now you can feel it as well when it turns into a right angle. Then you can go smaller, 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 acute. So that's what an acute angle is. So this is acute, this is right, and this is obtuse. Now, this one over here, this is not an angle. It's a line, it's not parallel, it's not perpendicular, but it's not an angle. Because angles have to be two lines which are meet together at the vertices. So, this one doesn't match and meet together in the vertices. This goes and crosses to the center. Like that. And that is perpendicular. Now, this is an acute angle. Now, this is not only one type of acute. There's so many. This is an acute, this is acute, even this is acute. And even this. This, they're acute. They're not just a square shape, right angle. Now, if they go over the degree of the right angle, which is 90, above it, it's obtuse. But obtuse angle is 91 degrees to 180 degrees. Right angle, 90. Now acute is smaller than right. Now this is acute as well. Now let's have some examples for obtuse. There's not only one obtuse angle like this one I've made over here, or this one. There's so many. Anyways, they are over here. Okay. They are 90 degree angles in the degree limit over here, which are for obtuse. Now there's only one right angle degree, which is 90. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more math videos.